How much time do you need as a trader? If you're a beginner just getting started in day trading in the stock market, or really any type of market, futures, options, Forex, how much time do you need? That's a very common question. It's a very wise question because if you're looking into something, then yeah, that's a good part of planning and forecasting. Is this possible? Is it worth it? Or maybe this can help open up your mind and eyes and say, you know what? Maybe I'm doing something wrong because relative to what is being talked about here, wow, that's my strategy, my situation doesn't really match up that much at all. And at the core, what I'm trying to get across here is that you don't need that much time. Now that comes with some caveats. Now, of course, I don't mean if you're brand new, just getting started, then you're just going to be able to, hey, I don't need much time at all. No, this assumes that you've worked hard, you've studied, you have a valid strategy, right? You know how to manage risk, you know how to manage money, you know how to trade actually. But my point here is that once you do know how to trade, which to be fair, to be transparent, doesn't happen overnight. There's not a magic pill. That's going to take blood, sweat, tears, and you're going to have to overcome that challenge. But once you know how to trade, you don't need much time at all. And the way I would look at this, and again, this applies certain markets here, but just from strictly the stock market standpoint. Now, if you go to other markets, then the time frames could be a little bit different, but ballpark. And I should have told you this way at the beginning. I'm going to prove all this very quickly here by showing you some of my personal real life results from a live trading video where you can see not much time was needed at all to make very worthwhile money. But at the core, like I said, when you were looking and wondering, how much time is actually needed? Well, for me and where I'm at right now, I started off thinking, well, you got to stay in front of your computer all day long, and the markets are open, from 9:30 a.m. to Eastern to 4 o'clock p.m. So that's like 6.5 hours. So you need at least 6.5 hours because if you're a trader, you got to be in front of your computer. That's just not true at all. Again, when you're new, just getting started, that's a more than logical thought process to have. So it's not like you're silly or stupid for thinking that way, but it's just not true. It's just not needed. So how much time? It really depends, but I would say this. How much time does it, and I will say, if you're after Rolex watches and Lamborghinis and beachside mansions around the world, first off, cool. I hope you get it. So my point is, it's a little bit of, well, what is your standard of living? What exactly is going to be worth your time? But assuming you don't need a Rolex watch collection, you don't need Lamborghinis, you don't need, vacation homes around the world, well then 90 minutes, very, very. Right here, that is something where I'm going to put a big old check mark because that is more than enough time. Again, assuming you know how to trade. Remember, that's the underlying assumption here being made. But if your plan is to learn how to trade properly, which hopefully you want to learn how to trade properly, then yeah, 90 minutes, definitely more than enough time. 60 minutes, you know what? Yeah, that's good. Now, is it quite as much? No, not quite as much as the 90 minutes. 90 minutes might open up some more opportunity. But then, you know what? What's really crazy and what I've been experiencing over the past few months is 30 minutes. Which I'll make a little bit. So yeah, it's possible. You definitely have to know how to trade. You definitely got to be able to think fast. You got to look for. But if you are somebody that's like, for example, I have a full-time job and I'm literally only going to have an hour each day to trade. I'm only going to have like 30 minutes to trade. You know what? It is definitely possible if you know how to trade. Now, the one thing that kind of is in the background above this area right here is that the further up you go in time, the shakier it gets. And I realize that seems backwards, but if you're sitting there in front of your computer for, let's just call it well over 90 minutes, based on how the market functions, I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but you could very well be making trades that you shouldn't actually be making, known as forcing trades, perhaps revenge trading. Perhaps you just kind of get bored. So you just go out there and you start to imagine things because you're bored and you want to make another trade. So I would almost argue that the less amount of time you can trade, the better, because that's going to keep you laser focused and it's going to keep you wanting to, make trades that only make sense. But of course that's can be flipped around, which is what I've suffered from is you can say, well, geez, I only have 30 minutes. I only have 60 minutes. So you can get out there and, start to, force trades for the exact opposite reason is, okay, no, I don't, I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. But at the core here, that's why trading is challenging, right? Because the more time you have, not so good. The less time you have can be very challenging. But how much time do you need? This time frame over here is definitely more than realistic. And to illustrate just how crazy this can be, I want to take you to my desktop real quick. And like I said, it's a very quick trade, which is the whole idea behind this. But I'm going to walk you through a trade that I made, and you'll see the results. And then really the question just becomes, I mean, would those results be worth your time? So let's go see how this trade played out. So yeah, 60-25, I like that. Yeah, right around 60-25, 60-30. Especially now if that was a fake bounce to the upside. Okay, watching this very closely. In at 60.32. Let's see if we can get a move down below 60. Let's try in. Knocking on 6. There we go. So took out 200. At 60. Let's see if we can get some more follow through to the downside though. Took out 100 more at 59.81. See if we can get some more out there down at 59.50. There we go. So 100 shares left. Let's see if we can get to some down around 59. Was it going to bounce? I'm going to take some more off there at 59.80. So still have 50 shares left. So now at this point, this is definitely a winning trade. But I have a great problem right now. I just don't know how big of a winning trade it's going to be. So I mean, think about that. Think about how nice. Whoa. All right, I'm just going to pull it out right there. $235. It is $934. $235. I'm not sure many places in the world where you can make $235 in quite literally less than 5 minutes. So there you go. And the question just becomes for you is, you saw me, $230 in right around 2 minutes. Now, to be fair, to be transparent, I'm not saying that every single morning you're going to make $230 in 2 minutes. That's not what I'm getting at. Again, the point here is showing you don't need a lot of time for amounts of money to add up in a very practical way. Now, again, if you want Rolex watches and you want mansions around the world, yeah, you're probably going to need more than that. But if you're just, hey, I'm looking, this is a side hustle, I'm just looking to create some extra streams of income for myself. Well, the question just becomes, is that worth your time? And for me, it is, yeah. Making $230 in 2 minutes, making $230 in 30 minutes, which again is what I'm aiming for. I will take that. Where in the world, not many places can you make $230 in 30 minutes, let alone, I mean, 60 minutes. Think about that. $230 for 1 hour of work. I mean, what's minimum wage? I think it's still down below $10. I mean, that's crazy, right? From that perspective, you know, you don't need that much time. So if you're considering it, just realize that after you learn how to trade properly, you get the right strategies and know what to look for and how to trade, you don't have to be glued to your computer all day long. That's not a requirement at all. I mean, if you absolutely love this stuff and you want to, I suppose that's fine. But for somebody like me that's after freedom of time to be able to do the stuff that I want to do, this is what really draws me to trading, is that you don't need a whole lot of time in order to still make very worthwhile, very practical profit. So hopefully this helps you in regards to whether or not, you know, it would be worth your time. How much time do you need? It can give you a better, you know, backbone and groundwork for, you know, how to base some of those decisions on your end. Now, if you enjoyed the video, real quick before you go, please, quick way to communicate that to me, just hit that like button. Comments, questions, suggestions, leave those down below. If you've watched any of my past videos, you do know that I read and reply to all comments. And then finally, check out the channel as a whole. If you like that live trade bit from this video, there's an entire playlist of just all live trade videos, so you can go check out that playlist. But hopefully you ultimately decide to hit that red subscribe button, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But yeah, how much time is needed? Assuming you know what you're doing, not that much. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.